Welcome, everyone. So yesterday we had two games, and this was one of the two. This was, what a great game this was. And, Stewie went down. Stewie has been like the Energizer Bunny for the Liberty, through to this out in the season to this point. She's been in every game. She has been holding down the fort when Oniska went down, and she was there for covering while Jonquil Jones was out, and Phoebus went to Eurobasket, and she was just going right along. And she hurt her foot or her lower leg or something. Let's hope it's not too serious for them. And boy, Emma Mieseman can't come at a better time, I'll tell you. If Stewie's going to be out for more than a game or two, they're going to need her. Not so much through the rest of the season, but when playoff time comes, they're going to need. They're going to need Stewie, and if they don't have Stewie, Emma Mieseman is quite a player. So, she's not the same as Stewie, but not so much better or worse, just a little different. It's hard to be better than Stewie, but Emma Mieseman is a very good player. So she was the MVP of Eurobasket, and she was also the MVP when the Mystics won the championship. So good, they're picking up a very good player. But oh my goodness, the Sparks. I've been noticing it with the Sparks. They've been, all season you thought they'd be better than they were, and it seems like it's just taking them some time to get up to where they or what when you look at their talent on their roster, you're like, oh, they should be better than this. And they've just been inconsistent, and they've been, because I've covered all their games. But they match up really well with New York. They have Azare Stevens to match up with Jonquil Jones. A lot of teams don't have that, to be able to match up with Jonquil Jones. And Azare Stevens is probably a slightly more athletic center than Jonquil Jones is. So, and then they have Hamby to match up with Stewie or, whoever else they put in there. And then they have Jackson, and they have Ray Burrell. And they are a very good matchup for New York. And boy, we saw it yesterday. This game was, the key was Stewie went out in the first quarter, and the Sparks went. You look at the scoring by quarter, the Sparks were up 15 at the end of the first quarter, 35-20, and then the rest of the way, New York was just battling back, and they chipped away and chipped away and chipped away, and they finally got it tied, and then Jackson hits that. She basically just kind of threw the ball up there. I saw online there was a lot of people thinking she traveled. And I looked at it, and she definitely didn't travel when she put the ball up. Because the leg she had her sleeve on was, as soon as she took the dribble, that was her pivot foot. And that stayed down the whole time until she jumped. She left her feet to take the shot. But there might be, right before, like as she got the ball, there was a little, I don't know. But, hey, they didn't call us against they called, well, it went opposite. Never mind. I was going to say something there. I'm not going to. So anyway, congratulations to the Sparks. They are definitely surging now in the second half. I'm going to have to take a look at their upcoming schedule because, a lot's going to depend on their schedule. But, the teams at the top, the Seattle lost to the Mystics. That was the other game. And Seattle's been very up and down. They either shoot well or they don't. And that game they didn't. And they lost. And the games that they haven't shot well, they've lost. So, I don't know. But on to this game, I'm telling you, the rest of the season is going to be such a great entertainment. The the teams jostling. There are so many teams right in the middle there. And it's going to be interesting to see who makes it out of there and who makes the playoffs, because there's a lot of good teams, a lot of, just battling for those 8 spots. I mean, I'm pretty sure unless something crazy happens to the Liberty and Minnesota are pretty much they're there. But, Phoenix has been losing. The Storm are not consistent. NECA must be getting, I'll go into that in that video, but she must be getting frustrated because she's the only one shooting well. So then in the second quarter, New York outscored them by 2. Then they outscored them 24-16 in the third. So that's when they really made the push. And then the final quarter, they outscored them by 3, 30-27, but it wasn't enough. They got the ball in the last play of the game, and that game it was going to come down to who had the ball last. I mean, as the fourth quarter was shaping up, that's what it was going to come down to. So the Sparks are now 11-14, and New York is 7-17. Points in the paint, the Sparks out, with Stewie out, that left a gap there that the Sparks had the advantage, 54-44. Fast break points, New York killed them on that, 24-7. They needed to run more, and because that's where when you have that height difference, that's where the speed comes in for the guards. And New York definitely got the fast break points. Turnovers were they were low, 12-10, but the points off turnovers, New York got 21 points off the 12 turnovers that the Sparks had. And New York had 10 turnovers, but the Sparks only got 13 points off turnovers. So New York capitalized on those specific things, but it just, like I said, it wasn't enough. So we had 5 players in double figures for the Sparks, and Rickea Jackson, 24 points, and the game winner. She shot 60% from the floor, 66% from 3. Very nice game for Rickea Jackson. Hamby had 17. She was, in prior games, she's been missing, a lot of those not a lot, but she's missing more than she should. And this game she didn't. She was 8 for 11, 72% for 17 points, 10 rebounds. And Azrae Stevens, same thing. Good, nice job. I mean, she didn't hit her threes, but 17 points, 11 rebounds. She was 8 for 17. She wasn't as what's the thing? Well, 5 of those shots were threes. So Hamby usually only take 1 or 2 of those, and she hit hers. Kelsey Plum just rolling right along. She had 20 points. She was 5 for 14 from the floor, but 3 for 6 from 3, and she got to the line 7 times. So she made every foul shot. Alamon had 4. Fagan had 4. Ray Burrell came in. Nice job for her, 12 points. She was 4 for 9. 2 for 3 from 3. And Julie Van Loo came in. She didn't play. They were going really heavy with the starters in this game. They did not sub out. You look at the time for their starters. Alamon 38 minutes, Plum 34, Azrae Stevens 30, Hamby 34, and Jackson 31. It'd be interesting to see if that hurts them in the next game, because a lot of times when you play a hard game like this, it shows up in the next game, especially when you don't sub out your starters. But you know what? They needed them for this game. I mean, they only won by a buzzer beater. So, well, not quite a buzzer beater, but the last shot of the game. So, New York, let's see. Oh, team-wise, let me see. The Sparks shot 51% from the floor. You do that, you're going to win a lot of games. And they scored 101 points. So, good for them. New York usually has better defense, but then again, Stewie's out. So, Phoebish, 10 points. Brianna Stewart, 3 points. She was out at the 3-minute mark. 3 minutes is all she played. 3:27. So Phoebish had 10 points. And let's see, Stewie the 3. Jungle Jones had 14 points. They were going to need more from her from this game. 8 rebounds. 4 assists. Sabrina was wonderful in this game. 30 points. She was leading their comeback. Her and Natasha Cloud. They were doing really well. Sabrina was driving down and shooting those short jump shots. Just terrific. Sabrina was clutch. Just didn't have enough. I mean, they just came up a little short. She had 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 turnovers, but 4 steals. She shot 54% from the floor, 12 for 22. She was only 2 for 7 from 3. She definitely could have helped them at, hitting a better percentage of her threes. But, she can be a little streaky somewhat with the threes. So, but, she still scored 30 points. So Natasha Cloud, 22 points and 9 assists. We had 3 rebounds. She shot 53%. She was 3 for 7 from 3, which is 42%. Good for her. So Sabrina was 4 for 4 from the line, and Cloud was 3 for 3 at the foul line. So they got some points that way too. So, in New York subbed out a little better. But Sabrina and Natasha Cloud both played over 30 minutes. So did Leonie Fibish. Down the road, they're going to have to sub these. I mean, they're going to need a break or they're going to be wiped out. Kennedy Burke, I guess she had a cramp or something, so she went out. She didn't play that much. That would have definitely helped them with Stewie out. Gardner, she played 10 minutes. She had 2 points. Harrison, she had some nice plays. 7 points for her. Johannes had 9. She's got to need to shoot more. She's only takes 6 shots. They need more out of her. And Stephanie Talbot came in for defensive reasons that she was on Rakea Jackson, but there was nothing she could do there because she couldn't foul. If she fouled, then she goes to the line and they win at the foul line. So what are you going to do? There was nothing she could do there. And New York still shot well. I mean, they shot 49%, and that tells you why it was a 2-point game. 33% from 3. The Sparks outdid them there. They were better at the 3-point shot. They were at 40%. So, very great game to watch, that's for sure. And congratulations to the Sparks. Good game. And we'll see you next time.